What if I told you that every free flight, every cashback reward, and every lounge pass you've ever earned was already paid for, not by the bank, but by you? Every year, banks give away billions of dollars in these highly publicized perks. Yet year after year, those same banks report record-breaking profits. If millions of people feel like they're successfully beating the system by earning free money, where is the cash funding those massive profit margins actually coming from? The math only works because banks treat the cardholder as the primary source of revenue, harvesting interest and data from the very people they claim to be rewarding. These reward programs function as calculated psychological triggers, engineered to systematically change how you perceive your own budget. When you see a reward point or a mile hit your account, your brain's dopamine pathways light up. It treats that tiny digital transaction exactly like winning a game. Banks use this biological response to shift your focus. Instead of evaluating whether you actually need a new item, you start fixating on hitting an arbitrary spending target just to unlock a 10x multiplier. They create a manufactured anxiety that you're leaving money on the table. That fear of missing out on points drives you to make unnecessary, completely unplanned purchases. This chart shows how your spending limits get distorted. You might walk into a store needing 2,000 rupees worth of groceries, but you end up spending 3,500 because you justify the extra cost to get the cash back. Behavioral economists call this the reward effect. Your brain irrationally celebrates earning a few pennies in cash back as a victory, completely ignoring the fact that you just drained an extra 1,500 rupees from your wallet. That specific psychological blind spot is what funds the entire back-end financial system. Let's trace that inflated transaction. First, the merchant pays processing fees to the bank every time you swipe. To cover those invisible fees, stores subtly raise their retail prices, meaning you pay more for the goods whether you use a credit card or not. But the real money is made when the reward effect pushes you to spend more than you can pay off each month. This diagram shows the lethal math on that $3,500 grocery trip. The tiny $200 cashback reward is swallowed completely by a compounding wave of 20% interest and late fees. Banks know that not every single customer will overspend. They just rely on the mathematical certainty that millions of people will fall into this interest trap, generating enough profit to fund the whole ecosystem. To see who is actually paying for these perks over the course of a year, we can compare two distinct types of credit card users. This graph tracks the chaser, swiping frequently to hit milestones until they carry a revolving balance into the red debt zone. Next to them is the optimizer, paying the full balance automatically every month. Their line never touches the red zone. Mapping the flow of money, we see the bank's secret. The chaser's exorbitant interest flows directly over to fund the optimizer's perks. In the multi-billion-dollar game of credit cards, users who lack financial discipline are literally subsidizing the free flights and lounges for those who do. Successfully using a credit card requires treating it as a high-stakes test of discipline, rewarding those who can ignore the constant pressure to overspend. To navigate this system safely, you only need to follow 4 strict rules. Never buy just for points. Always pay your full balance. Calculate the true reward value. Choose cards matching your lifestyle. Strictly adhering to these rules neutralizes the psychological traps. You stop spending extra money to earn artificial points, and you flip the dynamic back so you become the customer instead of the product. True financial game comes from the discipline of spending less than you earn, which creates a larger net profit than any reward program ever could. If you want to master the psychology behind your money, subscribe to the channel. We'll help you keep your wallet strictly protected.